We had gross revenues of around 3,500 every week from button mushrooms.
But you stopped?
We stopped because
Why?
it's at some point we were producing around 1,260 tons every month of button mushrooms.
1,000 tons, 1,000 kg.
1,000 tons. I'll have at a minimum 650 grams of fish upwards.
Yeah.
So, at a gross level, if you calculate that 650 by 6, just call it 500 pieces of a kg. 500. I won't miss 3.5 tons. The bigger mistake I see people doing is they don't want to make the mistakes, they don't want to learn. They just want to get into farming with a super profit. That never happens anyway.
I had never seen a fish in a greenhouse.
This is Slick Acre farm. Now you've So this is the mistake again that we make as farmers. You will not do anything on 100 hectares that you haven't done on 10 hectares that you haven't done on an acre.
Yes,
you can forget about it.
Yes.
That remains pipeline dreams.
Yes. Guys, this is agri rocket engineering. Right,
vanapa tinogadzira ma-smart agricultural structures anoita kuti varimi vakohwe zvizhinji vachishandisa zvishoma zvinozoita kuti profit yako iwande. Saka panapa tine aya tinoiti animal handling equipment. So this is a neck clamp, a body clamp, a digital scale and a kettle sprayers. Saka panapa pari kuitwa imwe ifabrication. Ifabrication aya ma-sprayers ari kutoenda. Akutoenda unana kumwe kwacho kukaribha. And Zimbire and
delivery.
Trade delivery. Trade fix and supply.
When you fix and supply,
toto kusiya chinhu chako chakushanda. Atidi zvekuzoti umwe azopedzisa azoti mistake yepazodide tokupa chinhu chako tokupa guarantee yako then you enjoy.
Overwanakiro.
Aya ndo matenga atachitaura. These are called galvanized steel tenga araste. They are cheaper, easy and fast to construct. We can move it from one point to another point. Kana uchirenda pafarm visa pafamily toenda apa saka riloke value palendi yako. Saka even wakada kuzoritengesa rotengese reconcrete watovaka zvapira ipapa. Right, I am a greenhouse. Demo yema greenhouse. Technical ma greenhouse atinoita kuti anenge akamira sei. Actually simbi dzatinoshandisa mapango atinoshandisa ma material atinoshandisa. This is polytech plastic from Israel. Rine light diffusion. It's a plastic for crops. Hangori mapepa bag. Rakagadzirirwa macrops kunzi pepa iri tiri kurigadzirira specifically for macrops. So macrops ako anokura zvakanaka and anoperforma zvakanaka. Then this is the shade net yatinoisa apa. Ronzi 40% shade net. Zvinhu hazvichapinda saka it's a protected saka hatipinde. Then that's how we do it. So my greenhouse.
Nice. So guys, I think you can see for yourselves numbers displayed on the screen. Make sure you connect with agri rocket engineering. Engineering. I think this is a very, very important message to some of you guys who are saying, I'm looking for land in the rural areas, but the land that I want in the rural areas, I want the land that is very big. I want 20 hectares, 50 hectares. You don't necessarily need a lot of hectares. This man is just doing all this on just 1 acre. And he's got, I think, over 7 projects that he's doing. And he's doing it on 1 hectare. And you heard what he said. He's making over, there was a time he was making over $3,000 per week in gross revenue, not in sales, in gross revenue. That is just super amazing. And we want to appreciate the sponsors of today's video, that is Agri Rocket Engineering. To all of you guys who want to do greenhouse farming, Agri Rocket is your plug.
My name is Brighton Chiwera. I'm an urban integrated farmer and I'm based in Harare, in Marlborough, in Zimbabwe. Today, I'm going to take you through a short tour so that you can see what we are doing here at Slick Acre Farm. This is a farm that we've called Slick Acre because it's just on 1 acre, but we are doing from beekeeping, tilapia farming in a greenhouse, what do you call this? Organic vegetables in the garden, organic chickens, dog breeding, greenhouse farming on tomato and pepper, an orchard, and a couple of other things. So let's jump right in. Let's go.
Right, so you are telling us this is just 1 acre.
Yes, this is
1 acre and you've got
beekeeping, tilapia and catfish in greenhouse, an orchard for fruits, dog breeding, fowl run and chicken rearing for organic chickens, road runners, greenhouse farming for tomatoes and colored paper. Yes.
And dogs.
And dog breeding as well.
They used to do mushrooms.
We used to do button mushrooms, but our finding, we had quite some success. We were supplying any supermarket that matters in town, and Victoria Falls markets as well. At some point, we were producing around 1,260 tons every month of button mushrooms.
1,000 tons, better 1,000 kgs.
1,000 tons, 1,260
per week.
A month.
A month.
Yes. We had gross revenues of around 3,500 every week from button mushrooms.
But you stopped?
We stopped because
Why?
it's a very intense process.
Okay.
You also have to do your seed procurement from South Africa.
Okay.
And then you need air conditioning in the rooms. This is why you see we've got some 20 kVA solar.
Oh, this is the 20 kVA.
Yeah.
All right.
Here. But power is an issue. And also, it's a very intense business.
All right.
The thing is, I'm from a technology, project management, and public health background, so I run some consultancy on that kind of line.
Okay.
So I'm not full time here on the farm.
Okay.
So we are receding a bit to set up things that can allow me to do what I love best.
All right.
And at the same time, doing the farming, which is my passion as well. But now the good thing is, this passion is now accompanied by money, because it's agriculture as a business, just as a hobby.
Not just as a hobby. Yes. All right, so would you recommend anyone who says, you know what, you said you stopped doing
button mushrooms?
Yeah. I want to get into it. Would you recommend someone to get into that one?
If you are not like me, who doesn't have many passions like beekeeping, fish, dogs, and everything else, you get into button mushroom. That's the only thing you do in your life, and you'll be successful.
You'll be successful.
Yeah. I'm just a different kind of person because I love different things. That's what fascinates me.
All right.
So my attention then gets divided. Button mushroom is like your hobby, your life, and your everything.
You have to make sure you
put
put all the focus. Yes.
You have to put all the
focus.
Yes.
All right. But there's money.
There's lots of money, but it's hard money and it's very intense.
All right.
You also have to be there all the time. For your buttons, if for 30-45 minutes your humidity changes and you're not watching it, you can lose the whole crop. And it's so expensive.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Just 30-45 minutes.
Just 30-45 minutes of wrong humidity or wrong temperatures, you've lost the whole crop.
It's a very
so I have to be a person who's on the ground and not moving anywhere else, which I can't do because of the nature of a person.
You want to. All right.
So that's why I'm moving out of the button mushroom business and diversifying into the other lighter but productive and
profitable. Yes.
So we can hop into the first project.
Yes.
So before we get in, because it's quite hot inside, we're going to spend very little time in there. It's very hot.
Oh, so it's hot.
The whole idea for putting fish in the greenhouse, this is tilapia or Kariba bream.
All right.
Kariba temperatures and Nara temperatures are different.
Okay.
These guys thrive when there is super high temperatures and clean water. So we have thought of putting Kariba here in Marlborough. So hence we approached Chamo, and he's the one who built us this nice steel structure, greenhouse effect over the fish pond.
All right.
So we've got breams, we've got some catfish, but we're going to split them at the moment because the reason for the catfish was to chase around the breams so that they don't build too much fat by just sitting and eating. Okay.
That is interesting. You said catfish. Catfish. Which one is the catfish? Is it
Muramba?
All right, Muramba.
Yes.
All right. I was, when you said catfish, I thought about the one there and also a tiger fish.
No, that one is dangerous because it eats everything, including the
It will eat everything. All right.
So the whole idea is making this place hot Now, when you get into farming, and again, farming is a learning curve.
Yes.
So when we started farming, it was just a pond without the greenhouse.
Without the greenhouse.
And when you go into training, not everybody else, well, some trainers are also learning. They tell you that you can, in 6 months, you'll have a palm-sized fish.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
But you can only get fingerlings in November or December.
All right.
So you do your December, January, February, March, April. May, June, July, August, these cold weather conditions, these guys don't grow. They don't come up to eat. They stay under where it's warm.
Yes,
Right,
yes.
so you've got those 5 months lost in a year.
Oh.
So you can't do 2 crops of fish in a year.
In a year, all right.
So you can only do. So what we are trying to do is we're trying to maximize because we are in a small place.
Yes,
so
yes.
our farming is intense.
Yes.
So a pond like this will hold around 6,000 fingerlings.
All right.
And we do all male because males grow bigger.
Okay.
And also if you get females, once they start breeding and laying eggs, they don't grow in size.
All right, all right.
Then secondly, if they start breeding in the pond, then I'm knocked off my bearings because then I don't know the calculations on the daily food rations I must put in because I don't know the number.
You don't know the number, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
the next thing you see another big fish with some kids, and there's adolescents and there's adults and there's ancestors in this. You can't run a fish project like that.
Yes.
So what we do is we put in 6,000, which is for a cycle of around 8, including those cold months because now this Kariba is not as cold as Harare. Okay, so in those months, you still have your guys coming up, eating and growing. So by the time I do 9 months, I'll have at a minimum 650 grams of fish upwards.
Yay.
So at a gross level, if you calculate that 650 by 6, just call it 500, which is half a kg.
500.
I won't miss 3.5 tons of bread in here.
3.5 tons.
Yeah, and the beauty.
How much per kg?
So wholesale, you can go around between 280 to around $3. The beauty about this is that I can compete in this small place with Kariba, which is a lake.
Yes, it's
right?
a lake.
But where I beat Kariba is in winter where it's cold there.
Yes.
It's warm here. So I aim to produce my fish in a period where just in winter or off winter where there's no supply.
No supply from there. So you'll be the one who will be having. Yes, that is. Wow.
So that's the kind of.
I had never seen a fish in a greenhouse.
This is Slick Acre Farm. Now you've seen.
Yeah.
Right. So
we did it in 2006.
2019.
2019
production, yes. Yeah.
So we are talking to someone with full experience, not theoretical, but practical experience.
Yes.
We've gone around the cycles. We've done fish that died in here because we couldn't clean off the water. We were learning, and we ended up doing some pumps so that we can filter. And now, as you can see from inside, when we get in, we've got a swimming pool pump which drains dirty water, which we then use as well for other things to water because of the nutrients, and then we keep this water clean. So if you want to win with tilapia, you have to have high temperatures, you have to have clean, super clean water, which means your oxygen levels and acidity levels are controlled.
Yes.
So that's what we're doing.
Hey, I've heard someone on Twitter saying, if you want to go down, if you want to lose money, do tilapia fish.
Okay.
So that's what he was saying. He said people are losing money.
So even in the Bible, it says a fool and his money are soon to part.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But the problem that we do is we get into these things without proper knowledge. Like what Chamo was telling you, this is a 2019.
Yes.
This is now 6 years later.
6 years
so we've gone through those cycles. We have failed. We have learned. And now we are at a much efficient production level because of the skills that we've built over the way. The bigger mistake I see people doing is they don't want to make the mistakes. They don't want to learn. They just want to get into farming with a super profit. That never happens anyway.
You want to make money just like that. So they don't want that learning curve.
Right. So
yes,
here this is now a refurbishment season.
All right.
Because the last crop of fish went out, and we had around 2,400 tons of bream.
2,400 tons.
Yeah, and we missed our 3-ton mark because this paper then crumbled.
All right.
So there's plenty of big fish that are hiding under this plastic.
All right.
So in the following weekend, we've already built a separate pool. You'll see it behind.
All right.
Where we're going to take out everything, house them a little bit there, remove everything else that needs to be culled or sold.
Yes.
Then we put in a new dam liner, and this time we are no longer putting this plastic.
Okay.
We've already ordered a tarpaulin.
All right. So it's
500 micron. Yeah,
500 micron trapper.
It's stronger than this one.
all right.
It's also UV treated, so it lasts longer.
Yeah.
All right. So you have that one.
Yeah, we
supply.
actually, we helped him to procure that one.
All right, to get that one.
We use it also on our governance tutings.
All
It's
right.
the liner that we put inside.
All right.
So it's good for also for fish farming.
All right.
So this is 5-year-old. It was some 350 microns or something. It wasn't 500, but now we just need to do it once and for all.
You said it's
350 microns.
All right.
Yeah, the thickness.
So it's been how many years?
It's been 6 years now.
6 years using this one?
2019. Yeah.
All right. So the one that you are saying, how many years?
It's more than 10 years.
Yeah.
Really?
More than 10 years. Undercover like this, more years.
It even 15 years
Yeah,
old.
because
All
the
right.
sun is
Yeah.
being filtered.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're also doing that now because we don't want any disturbance once we set up, because we're speaking to AgriRocket for a much bigger setup
All right.
of aquaponics.
For aquaponics.
You want to get into aquaponics?
We are going to get into aquaponics, so there will be like 4 big pipes this side, maybe 5 on that higher side and 4 on that side. Lettuce, strawberries, and any other fancy stuff like that. We are also, you can see that small blue pump.
Yes, yes.
We are buying in slightly bigger size, I think 3 of them, so that you draw the water, it runs through the aquaponics,
Yes,
cleaned and comes back.
Yes.
The same for all the second. So that's what we're getting into.
Yeah, that is something else. So it's going to be done by AgriRocket.
Yes,
AgriRocket, yes.
The
That
best
is-
engineers in town.
So we spoke with Chamu. It's
Yes.
probably going to be that size of PVC.
All right.
That's where the water will be flowing and the strawberries or
All right.
lettuce will be sitting, and it will be closed nice.
So you are going to be using all this space. on
all
on
this
the
space
side.
Yeah.
and that space in the outer, we'll leave that space for our tours or trainings.
All right. Yes. Yes.
All of these sides should be strawberry, lettuce, and I know my wife is a clever person. She'll think of something fancy
something-
that she
something
wants
this
to plant
side.
in there.
Yeah, that is amazing. You guys, I think you can see what is happening here.
Yep.
This is just something amazing. And they are saying AgriRocket, they did this whole thing. And they also did this structure.
Steel structure, yeah.
And it's been how many years?
This is the 6th year, because this was built in April 2019.
2019. That was before COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So now it's refurbishment season, so we'll take this out, put a proper trampoline, and then do the full setup. And next time you come here, there will be fish, strawberry, lettuce,
Strawberries,
and something my wife
And
will think
something else. This is amazing. Oh my God. What?
You hear someone saying, I'm a farm manager in town.
In town.
You wonder, how come?
How come? You understand? What's it like you're
come
saying,
you-
just an acre.
It's a
Yeah.
big-
You know, someone saying, I want to get 20 hectares.
Now,
And yet-
so this is the mistake again
Eh.
that we make as farmers.
Eh,
You will not do anything
eh.
on 100 hectares that you haven't done on 10 hectares, that you haven't done on an acre.
Yes,
You
yes.
can forget about it.
Yes.
That remains pipeline dreams.
Yes.
The difference between your fictitious, if I do 100 hectares, then I have so much
I
money.
was got so much money.
You need to learn to do it first
On a smaller-
1 acre.
Yes.
Then you can scale it up. And
Yes.
That's how you get into business.
Yes. Thank you so much for that.
So this is our orchard area.
All right.
Different varieties of trees.
Of trees.
This is a male pawpaw, but there's some females that are already producing.
You said male one?
Nice. It's a pawpaw.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought you
there's
said
male and female.
Really?
Yeah. So there's some that you see there with nice green pawpaws that are
That one.
going up.
So what's the difference? What, like, is there any?
This guy will help cross-pollinate with the females.
Oh.
So this is why we keep.
So this one is not going to give any fruits.
He will, but
Not-
let's just peep here.
All right. Oh, that's interesting.
Can you see those long?
Yes, those ones.
Yeah. So those are male.
All right.
Ordinarily, they are not the best in your taste.
All right.
Compared to the ones that are born by the females. You can see those are nice, big and
Oh,
round.
that is interesting.
So, but
didn't know
what
that
we're
one.
trying to do is every small space where you can get some sunlight.
Yes.
You can see we're planting in some different variety
Some different
of
varieties.
fruits. So you've got guava, pawpaw, you've got avocado, anonzishima mawonda fig. That's a fig.
Yeah, fig tree. All right.
Produces a lot of nice figs.
All right. Yeah, I can see.
This is it's off season now, but
Yes.
because they're getting some water, this is water from the fish.
All right.
You can see it's starting to have some small figs.
There's water from the fish.
From that, so
it comes this side.
the dirty water is pumped from a swimming pool pump in there, and then comes and waters
This-
stuff that.
All right.
Yeah.
But my question is like this part is the orchard. Are you doing it for business or it's?
So this is not much of a business setup
Alright.
because when we bought the property, the trees were already planted.
Oh, okay.
And this
Alright.
is why you're seeing us trying to recover by everywhere where there's sunlight. We're putting in types of mango where we
Okay,
can
alright.
commercialize.
Alright.
But this part is a small place. What we're doing here is we are learning and understanding what each particular variety of tree needs, jotting it down.
All right.
Now, when we then grow and get blessed and get a farm, I'll do 20 hectares of that mango that I've studied for 5 years or 10 years, and I know exactly what it wants. And I'm going straight to the bank. That's the kind of thing.
Right. You know that now I see. Now I understand why people make money. Once imagine is for me, I see you with 20 hectares of those mangoes, and then I'm like, this guy is making money.
Where did you buy the seeds? Okay, I'm going to buy mine.
Yes.
I already have learned.
I have learned.
And you're going to put them in there, but you don't have my 9 years of experience of seeing
Exactly.
what this guy wants and what they don't want.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But most people, especially Zimbabweans, he's making money with mangoes.
I'm doing it too.
Yes, let me go and do it too.
Anyone can do
And
it.
those are the people who come back and say, there's no news.
Ashanti.
Simply because they've got no idea how these things work. That is interesting. Hey,
So yeah,
I think I have learned. I think you guys are also learning.
there is different types of mango. This one, I think this is some this
one.
bamboo.
This thing.
This guy had 2 big fruits like this.
This size.
Yeah, we ended up supporting him. Yeah, so we're
He
experimenting.
was about to break.
Yeah, you can see this purple we're talking about. Yeah. These are
Alright.
the females and they're producing their fruit.
All right.
Yeah. And this is kid mango, you know those long hooky ones.
Yes.
Ones. This is the
All right.
and this is a pear tree. These are not doing well here. We've tried almost everything. In fact, this area where we are, citrus fruits are a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's an apple tree, right?
It's a pear.
Okay.
Pear.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
all right.
it's gone round, winding ways, and
All right.
yeah.
So it's struggling.
So yeah, we are quite busy. We still need to cut our grass, but you see, I tried to do it yesterday, and I got occupied because I need to fix the.
You have
greenhouse
to do a lot
planting
of things
season,
at the farm.
So yeah, other nice purple fruit coming up. Can you see the difference between this one and this one? That's the male.
Oh
female
yeah,
we're
that
talking
one is
about.
the male one.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. These are plum trees. They are already producing fruits.
All right.
Yeah. This is macadamia.
Macadamia. This one, I have seen it. This is the one in around Wonde Valley area. Right?
Yeah. So,
Chipinge,
so
yes, I was in
I brought
Chipinge
it
as well.
here to try and find out how long it will take. But as you can see, we're going to get fruit.
Hey, it's flowering.
It's
Yeah,
already
it's
flowering. Yeah.
That is nice.
And can you see? It looks like the guy is happy.
Yeah.
You can see with the kind of.
Oh, flowering. So how long did you take? Did you plant this one?
I planted this one when it was 18 months old.
All right.
That was in 2022.
So it's now almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years now.
All right.
Yeah.
Now you are starting to get the fruits.
It's starting to get fruits.
So how long does it take giving you fruits if you are to, let's say, a business?
If I give this thing all it wants, and this is information I learned from some other guy I went to in Chipinge, was got a farm.
Yes, yes.
This guy will do 15 to 20, 25 years producing fruit.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
So you can nicely see that place looks bad, but when I get to my thing, look how nice it will look.
Yes. When you, when you do the thing.
Okay?
Yeah, just 1 acre.
Yeah. So
And things are happening.
yeah, there's one interesting thing I'll show you here before we talk about
Alright.
this setup. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you see here
Yeah.
is what we call a grey water system.
All right.
Okay, let me do this.
Can you do that? Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is a grey water system. What we've done is all the water that's being used in the house that doesn't have sewer,
Yeah.
we've split. It's not coming to the septic tank.
Okay.
It's coming directly here. They send filtration here that will trap masadza, mafuta, and the grey water trickles to that side.
Okay.
Okay. Now, after every 3.5 days, a family of 4, okay, 5 people, because the maid from the cottage is always here,
Yeah.
we will have 1,250 liters of water, grey water in there.
All right.
Now, if you move closer here, are you sensing any foul smell?
No, no.
There's no foul smell.
Yes, no smell, no
We've
nothing.
just put in 2 tablespoons of chlorine.
Okay.
Now, if you filter this water
Yeah.
3 times through the sand, this is cleaner water than sewer water that we know reported being used in households elsewhere.
Really?
Yes.
So you can use this water even to drink.
If you filter it 4-fold,
Yeah.
this will be better than your other water that we know that's smelling sewer from somewhere else.
Wow.
Because this is completely without any sewer.
No sewer. Yes.
sewer.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the demarcation.
So-
grey
so-
water system.
Yeah.
So 1,250 liters every 3.5 days.
Yeah.
Let's look at this on a boarding school or a mission school.
Yes,
Let's
yes.
look at this kind of setup
Yes.
for city of Bulawayo where water is a problem.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Yeah, because if this one is just 1,000 liters, imagine for just imagine
Over
the
2.5, 3 days.
Yes, yes.
Imagine the whole of Bulawayo with this kind of setup. Or these new towns that are being built. This is something that our engineers
Can work on.
work on and
Yes,
think about.
engineers.
I got into this because of necessity. Because the days we were doing button mushrooms, we needed so much clean water that we couldn't do without clean water. So we had to make sure that we have got this kind of water that we are recycling for for the orchard
All
and
the other
anything
things.
else, because clean water was going into
Specifically
fish
for
and the button mushrooms.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that is interesting. You know, people,
so
I
that's
don't know if there's
grey
anyone
water
who knows
system.
about this one.
Okay. Right. So moving on to.
I never knew that there could be something like this. You know, right.
Before we left the button mushroom business, this was a compost mixing bay.
All right.
Okay, so it's all slabbed, and we will do our button mushroom compost before we put them into this house.
All right.
This is already refurbished by Chamu. We removed all the shelves, so it's now a greenhouse waiting for tomato.
All right.
Just finished this yesterday.
Oh,
Yes.
this is
This used to be our 4-roomed button mushroom houses.
Okay.
With alubabo both inside and outside, and acorns, as you can see, those 2 parts where there was 2 acorns inside and 2 on the other 4.
All right.
All of that now is gone.
all right.
So this, I told you my wife is a clever woman. There's a problem with more nuta. Panapa. So she's tried to do mbambaira or cassava and any other tuber. Kane kashinetsa. So she said, why don't you build me a wall around this slab, since you're no longer using it for button mushrooms? Then you can fill it with manure, compost, then I can do my potato and sweet potato for the family. So this is why we built this.
Okay.
Small.
So kana pada iso achikwidza.
Achipinde pasi because pese apa antukona pane cement, so achigona kuzochera unobuda mucement.
All right.
It's a flow like.
There's a flow.
All right. Oh, it's like a slab or
It's a slab.
something.
Yes. You can
Okay.
see. This is a slab. All of this.
All right.
It's
all right,
cement.
all right.
Because that's where we're doing the
All right.
button mushroom.
So she's going to